Good afternoon, everybody. We are in a sunny beach in Florida. No, we're really not, but it looks like that. We're here today. My name's Danny Colella, and I'm here with Stephanie, who's going to introduce herself in a second. But we're here today to talk about giving the gift of sobriety. We are coming into the holiday season, and I have beside me a nationally certified interventions professional, and we are going to talk to her about what it means to give the gift of sobriety this year. It could be you, somebody that's been struggling and holidays are not a great time of year. It could be you're a loved one and you want to just make something different happen this year. Talk a little bit about what people can do this year to give the gift of sobriety.
Giving the gift of sobriety is the best gift that anyone could give to their family for the holidays. For personal reasons, I know that for a fact, right, Danny?
Yes.
And it's just the best gift they could give them.
I love it. Yeah, so we have getting help for the holidays, and we want to talk about what we're thankful for this holiday season, and we're going to dive a little bit into some stuff that you've went through in your life, talk about some transitions personally, and then talk about some transitions professionally as well.
So this Thanksgiving, I definitely had a lot to be thankful for.
Totally.
I have a beautiful family, and we're healthy, and most importantly, I am thankful to say that the recovery team gave me another chance. I resigned from their organization a few months ago, and I just thought I wanted something more, and I wanted to grow, and the truth of the matter is I found out the hard way that the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
You're not alone. Okay, so lesson learned about the recovery team, lesson learned about moving and grass is green on the other side. And let's talk, we have a couple pictures that we're going to briefly show today, which is a holiday season that you used to be really familiar with. Talk about, I'm going to flash a couple pictures up real quick and talk about these pictures and what these pictures mean to you.
So these pictures that you are looking at right now are pictures of the last time my children got to spend any time with their father. He's terminally sick from his addiction to alcohol and living in a hospital. So we would spend every Christmas bringing a Christmas tree, decorating his hospital room, and making him feel, the Christmas spirit and stuff. So the holidays are an amazing time of year. I love it. But when it comes to, I know personally how triggering holidays can be.
Totally, because you've gone through it. The image that we just saw was a picture of someone in your
Very
life.
personal picture. I've never shown to anybody. So.
And this was what your kids knew of the holidays, was to go to the hospital and be with somebody for the holidays. And again, you might be out there as a loved one or somebody that's struggling with addiction themselves, and that picture might have hit you hard, and that's why you wanted to show it. Not because you wanted people to see what you've been through, but because you want to be the person that can help people not experience that. Because personally, addiction was a huge part of your life, loving an addict.
Huge.
And you exist during this holiday season to make sure people who don't want to be triggered anymore, people who don't want to deal with addiction, they can come to you for that, right?
Absolutely. I'm always just a phone call away, always 24/7. People call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I do that, the father of my children who you guys saw in the pictures, great man. Best man, would have given anybody the shirt off his back, would have given anybody the last dollar he had. Him being sick with alcoholism as his addiction, it doesn't make him any less of a person.
Totally.
It doesn't make him, he has no moral deficiency. The best person I knew, the addiction hijacked his brain and turned him into a whole nother person.
Yeah, and that was part of your life. And again, you want to help people who are struggling to maybe not go down that path with addiction. Amazing human beings who just can't seem to get over the drink or their drug.
Sometimes they just need the guidance and somebody to guide them to that first step and to just kind of help them with the process because they don't know where to begin.
I love it. And talk about this because we know the holiday isn't always a great time for everybody. Talk about some holiday triggers, things that happen during the holidays for people that really prompt changes.
So personally, I'm going to say my twin sister, who I love very much, hi Tiffany, she tends to trigger my anxiety sometimes. Love you, sister. But you know, just anything could be triggering through the holidays. Being around all your family, being around the stress, the financial aspect of that. You know, Christmas can be expensive, and then just
not being able to provide for your kids, feeling guilty.
Exactly.
Relying on the drugs or drink to kind of take away those feelings,
Exactly. So, or you know, a lot of my previous patients in the past, they have a lot of remorse for things that they've put their family through on the holidays in the past. So that could be triggering a significant event. I know for my family personally, a lot of significant events would always occur on holidays.
Yeah.
Whether it was Mother's Day, whether it was Easter, it was always something.
Yeah.
So you know, just reach out, because the best gift you could give your family for the holidays is the gift of sobriety.
I couldn't agree more. And if you're out there watching and you're either somebody that's recovered from addiction, meaning you've gone through this, you've given your family the gift of sobriety, then we would love to hear from you in the comments so that you may inspire somebody else to be like, you know what, I can do this. And depending on how comfortable you are, Stephanie just shared a little bit about stuff that she went through in her life, again, in hopes to help somebody get over the help to actually give the gift of sobriety this holiday season. So if you are in recovery and you would like to support somebody, it's as simple as saying you can do it. It's as simple as saying, reach out for help. Call Stephanie. She's amazing, because if anybody's worked with her in the past, they know how easy it is to work with her. So you handle everything. So some people might be online and they're calling treatment center, calling this treatment center. They're confused about in-network, out-of-network. They've gotten so much information. How do you help them?
So all they would have to do is pick up the phone and call my number above my head.
Right above you, yeah.
And I would do the hard part. A lot of times, these individuals, if need a gender-specific program, or they need a higher level of care, or or we determine that the primary is mental health and the secondary is substance use disorder.
Yes.
And so then we refer them to, or eating disorder. So I know I have a good network, and I know facilities all over the country, and that's, instead of you calling around trying to find the best fit, I would just ask a few questions and kind of get to know the situation a little bit and go from there. And I would do all the hard part for them. So all they have to do is pick up the phone and reach out.
I love it. So Scotty says, my brother and I both got sober. My family is stronger than ever because of
Scotty,
it. I love it. And thanks for sharing your story.
Come out and visit, Scotty.
That can inspire somebody else to take that next step to actually accept help. And what I love about what Stephanie was saying about calling her is, you might be a loved one that gets caught in that internet search bubble where it just goes downhill. You're seeing treatment center after treatment center. Listen, we're both in the industry, and some of these websites can confuse us. Like, what does that mean? I didn't know you gave that treatment or didn't give that treatment.
Danny, a lot of the reason why I started doing this is because I'll never forget what it was like when I was trying to find help for my ex-husband who ended up living in a hospital. Like, calls weren't being returned, or they weren't answering the phone after 5 p.m. I'm like, addiction doesn't sleep.
No, it doesn't.
I was frantic and I didn't know where to be. So it was a different, I know how hard addiction is on families personally.
Yes.
And I want to try to alleviate as much of the stress as I can.
Yeah. And again, we know that this phone sometimes is 10,000 pounds to pick up and make. We know how hard it is to finally reach out and say, I need help. But the reason we do this type of video, and you might be seeing this as a complete stranger and have no clue who she is, that's because you get to see the face before you call the number. So when you call the phone number above Stephanie's head, you know this is who you're going to talk to, you know this is how she communicates, and you know she's going to accept you. She's been through it, she's done her time in addiction, dealing with family members, and she is going to help you get the help that you need to go on to the next level. And like she said, you might not even be the right fit.
A lot of times it's not.
That's what you were just telling me a second.
Most of the time, probably 50% of the time at least it's not.
Yeah.
And it's important for me to work with trusted providers in the industry.
Yes.
And I work with providers that I would trust sending my own children to.
Yeah, and that's important.
If I'm not going to send my children to a program, then I'm not going to send my people to a program. So.
Totally. So call the number above, and if you're feeling motivated, it helps just by sharing this content. Share this video onto your page. You never know who might see these words right above, giving the gift of sobriety, that might make something click this year and they finally pick up the phone and get the help that they need.
Or if they want to kind of get some more information, they can go to www.recoveryteam.org.
Love it. And we'll post that in the comments below.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we'll post that in the comments below so you can check them out. If you want to see what they're all about before you call Stephanie, you can do that as well. But thanks for coming on here and really talking to people about really giving the gift of sobriety this holiday season.
The best gift.
It is. And just like Scotty, it mends families. If holidays are tough and you don't seem to be able to connect, and you go to a holiday party but everybody looks at you and wishes you weren't there, it's probably time to make a change. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that you're not alone. A lot of people in addiction go through that.
Something that I say, I swear it seems like every day, is nothing changes if nothing changes.
What's up, Rob? Thanks for hopping on.
Hey, Rob.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up. Thanks again for your time. Don't forget the number above,
Danny.
Stephanie.
Thank you, and always remember, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Nothing changes if nothing changes. You guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.